This episode is brought to you by Color and Contour. What would life be except for a giant landscape of Mike Pence without color and contour? And now here's a song. I'm a man with a conviction. I'm a man who doesn't know how to take the contradiction. You come and go. You come and go. And now here they are, your invenerable hosts, Carlos Kareem Wyndham. I know, that's fine. Okay, you're fired. You're supposed to turn on the fucking camera when that happens. Hi, everybody. I'm wearing a mask. Put on your fucking masks. I could save you. Fuck the president. Welcome, and that's how we know we're here. How's everybody? I am making it just like everybody else. We're all the same. It's no good. Okay, but guess what? Is that do me a favor. If this is a thing you're into, I would love for you to go ahead and share that. That's what we call passing the J here under the tree. Another way you can get down, though, I will always be here doing this for free, 4:20 p.m. Monday through Thursday till we are out of the Rona lockdown. Probably I'm going to take a break at some point. I'm going to need like a week-long hiatus again. That's not just a vacation, maybe 2 weeks, do some planning. I don't know. It'll happen sometime in the far, far, far flung future. Anyway, I'll be doing this for free right here. And that's what to do. If that causes you some guilt, in particular some white guilt, and you feel like you want to throw $5 on it, hey, do that. Do you like art? Do you support this? Is this art? I don't know. You could throw $5 on it if you want to at the Venmo, at the Cash App, at the PayPal. They're there on the screen. And if you want to, you could even become a patron at Smoke and Mirrors CCB at the Patreon. Some of the people who have are Ruthie, Erica, Amber, Aaron, Seth, Lisa, Kristen, Renice, Michael, Natalie, Juliet, Tarika, Tracy, Venus, and there's another person, Jen. I forgot. Somebody else just joined, and I'm so glad they did. And thank you for doing that. Hey, tomorrow, in addition to our time together, I will be leading a workshop, 1.5 hours of considering art and art making in a program, a first-time program that I'm offering as part of the Healing Revolution Collective Evolution series. This is beginning tomorrow. The session that I will be teaching, the workshop that I will be engaging with you in is one on art making that we are calling the hammer with which we shape our reality. Sign up. There are still spaces. We're keeping these smaller. I'm liking it this way. Maybe about 20 participants. I think there's maybe that leaves like 2 or 3 slots left. Would love for you to be in one of those. It means that we get an intimate workshop session. We get to be with each other, spend some time. Love it. I love it. You love it. Let's love it together. Hey, it's fucking Monday. What a Monday. Don't have bunches to talk about today. Gonna keep it relatively short. We'll talk about why that is, but let's take another hit and we'll get into some shite. I understand that for many of you watching at home, if you're watching on television, some of you, your children are imitating me, finding my antics to be Uh, Goofy. I'm learning that I have catchphrases. That's not a thing that I knew that I had. Thank you. It's super cute. I appreciate it. Well, let's cut to it. It's true. It's evident. Everyone knows it. I had a birthday. I had a birthday this weekend. I am 49. I am officially a middle-aged person. Here's hoping, because more than 92 seems like a lot. So a middle-aged person. This is what a middle-aged person looks like now. It's not quite like the middle-aged people a generation ago. I remember when my father was middle-aged. You may have caught him in a piece of turquoise or two. It was the time that he did start locking his hair, which has been locked, has been dreaded for the last, I'm going to say 20 years or so. And found a bit of freedom in his own fashion sense. And This is how I'm doing it. This is how I'm doing it. Hey, hey, hey. That's how we rock. That's how we rock. Auntie serving flavors. Being middle aged does come with reflections for me. I got to have a party. Had a little party. Some of the patrons who I mentioned before got together. Tarika, you were supposed to be there. What the fuck? No supposed tos. No press. We don't have press in the age of Rona. There's not room for that. But the folks who did make it, we had a live interact. It was very sweet. It was very sweet. Nothing like 9 or 10 introverts getting together to party. That's we tried. We did do 20 minutes or so. It was fun. Thank you so much. Thank you for enjoying my gorgeous purple lip. I appreciate that. This is I've been, as I mentioned this before, I've been threatening for some time to get myself a lip, to get myself, I'm also doing a little bit of an eye. I'm going to get some liner. Just got a base, a foundation today. Was thinking about doing an unpackaging and a reveal here with that today. But then what I realized is applicators. It's been a very long time since I've worn makeup publicly outside of theater. And so the applicators and the removal pieces are pieces I forget. And since my girl Dahlia has not been doing morning makeup tutorials, I just forgot. I just forgot. Hey Tab, what going on now? What going on now? Tab is one of my favorite comedians who I'm most frightened of in the world. I have never been so intimidated and so turned on and so doubled over in laughter all at the same time from one person. Tab is out there representing the realness for Vegas, and just kills me. Just kills me. You know what? You got to come on the show. Can we get you up here? I'm asking you right now publicly. If the answer is yes, say yes in the chat. I'm gonna put it on the screen and I'm gonna hold you to that shit, and then I'm gonna follow up with you later. I would love to get you on the show, Tab. Please. Um, Libras in purple. Hey, here's the thing. Oh wow. Okay, this is good to know too. That shopping for the application device is being like shopping for a partner. Ick. I'm sure that's true. I used to break out a little bit. Tab, you getting requests in the chats? Come on now, people want to see you on the show. I'm gonna hit you in your DMs if you don't make the commitment live today. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. I'm like that. I'm that girl now. I'm audacious. I'm audacious. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. We're gonna hit you up with a calendry. Look for it from the Smoke and Mirrors email, Gmail. Oh, you know what? Never mind. I'm gonna hit you in the DMs. We don't got to do all this publicly. We ain't got to do all this publicly. Okay, so I yes, you do. Some of you noticed I'm wearing my makeup. So I was talking about my makeup. So I'm glad to be doing it again. It's a freedom that was taken from me many, many years ago through the white supremacist capitalist patriarchy and the ways that it shows up. I had a best friend with whom I was in theater. And one year, when I was a child, I was a preteen or a teen. They no longer were part of theater that summer at the particular camp that I went to, that we went to. And when they left, um, you know, if you have to leave theater, it's not always fun. And so anyway, was hanging out with this tough boy Sean. Yeah, who is he? Who is he? You meant she, Tarika? I'm guessing. If you're talking about Tab. And if you're guessing Tab's gender based on my gender presentation and or your assumptions about where my gender presentation leads me to sexually, it's going to be a very confusing show for you all together when we do speak, just completely. But in the meantime, she and because we honor everyone's pronouns, they and Tab is just the funniest. And again, intimidated and excited that we're going to be in conversation here. So I was on a bus after rehearsal one day, and I opted to leave my makeup on. I was only dancing that year. I didn't have a part in the show, and so I got to have very, very flamboyant makeup. And I was on the public city bus. I saw my former best friend. I'm not going to name them here. No reason to shame them. But the asshole Sean that they were with. Fuck Sean. So I saw them. I walked past him. I said, "Hey," and he did like, "Hey," and then the patriarchy and the masculinities started seeping out because next to Sean used to wear muscle shirts, shirts with the sleeves cut off entirely. And so then I sat to the back of the bus, minded my business, and was a little disappointed that my former best friend didn't acknowledge me past saying, "Hey." But then I got off the bus, and my former best friend, to impress Sean, made a point of opening the bus window, sticking his head out the window, and using some derogatory language that regards gender and, in particular, sexualities toward me. Evidently, the theatrical way that I speak and present, making myself into a living piece of art, is thought to be feminine in this world. And so uh, it, I don't even want to do it, right? Because I know who our community is. I know who we're dealing with here. It's one of the words that Louis C.K. will write his way into pretzels to say in a 40-minute set, and it's not nigger. I'm very comfortable with that word, so it's the other one. And so they screamed it at me and drove off on the bus, and I was like, "Oh shit." I just had my Leroy from Fame moment, except they drove off. I couldn't throw a trash can of garbage at them. But it did shame me, and that was the last time I wore makeup out for a very long time. I tried to tuck it in, later found myself in head wraps and nails did. Still had nails did for a very long time. If you know me or have known me, you know that my nails would have been did if Dr. Fauci didn't say you got to cut your nails because there might be Rona in them. And when I cut my nails, I thought, well, there went some of my femininity, and then I realized that this is who I am. When I suggested the same thing in front of my girl Ray, friend of the show, and I talked about that by saying, I used to think I had to worry about being butch, and I said it like that, and she laughed and said, "Can I call you auntie?" And I never worried about my femininities again. It's true. I'm very comfortable now, and it made me say, you know what? Let me let it explode. Happy to get my lip in. It's my birthday treat. And I am very aware and just want to share a little bit of the history of what it is, of what it is. I'm certainly not the first person who is a black person to wear makeup and to do so publicly. My eyes are a little bit dead, my lip a little bit dead. Gonna be a little bit more going forward because the rest of the stuff's coming. But of course, this is a freedom of liberation that was presented to us by the one and only Prince. Prince, who is so famously known for stealing your girl and also stealing her entire makeup set and maybe all of her lingerie, then wearing it on stage. Prince. So Prince, during his life, as a very obviously gender fluid and perhaps gender queer, shall we say, person, think about the fight scene with his father in Purple Rain. Stop it, Dad! Stop it! Okay, he's not more masculine by much than am I in certain circumstances, in certain John Wick certain circumstances. I have no problem with it. I find great comfort in it because I feel very much the same way. I feel very much the same way. But I did recognize it. I did recognize it. And I was like, shit, I want to be that free. I don't want to live in the bullshit standards set out to us by hyper masculine. Because here's the thing, hyper masculine men are ashy. They're ashy. Also, there's a long tradition of black men making themselves gorgeous via makeup, and this goes back and exists still today in Niger. Girl, faces beat. This is at the, I'm going to say it very wrong. Wudale? Ah, I'm an American. I am such an asshole. I'm sorry. It's a wife stealing contest and day that happens annually when the men's get dressed and beat their faces and see who could steal whose wife. Like Prince. You know, and because the society, it's an open society, it's like a day long sitchy, right? Everyone knows what's happening. Okay. It's keys in the, if you and your wife show up, you've thrown your keys in the bowl. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? They all know what they're doing. But what I'm saying is the freak flag has been flown from the shores of West Africa all the way to where we live today in the United States. And the idea that I would somehow suppress my freedom, my spirit, my love of self, of making myself beautiful, of making the world more beautiful as I walk through it, especially now that I'm middle-aged, well, that seems insane. And it's not a thing in which I'm willing to participate any longer for the comfort of the straights, of the cis-hets, because the thing of it is, I didn't even know they made those anymore. Hey, they don't make straight people, do they? Like, what is that even? You don't want your butt tickled even a little bit? Are you sure? Okay. Fuck you, I guess. Yeah, no, and yes, very serious about all of this. All very true stories. If you had seen me in my most hip popular days, I when I was with my group, Company and Profits, when we began, I was wearing lapas and head wraps and the whole sitchy. And as the group progressed, I started looking as though, I don't know, I mean, it wasn't a hyper mask, but it sure wasn't me. Do you know what I'm saying? It sure wasn't me. Anyway, find your freedom. Find your freedom. It's a new moon. Just a couple days ago, we're on the back side of it. Create what you want to create. Ask people who know. Ask people who know. I learned, I got makeup tips and advice from folks who I trust on the gram. I saw how they were beating their faces. I said, yep, that's my colors. How do you do it? Setting up this whole situation, the mic, the whole whatever, you know, asking people, hey, you're good at it. My sound sucks. How do you fix it? To that end, all of the patrons, you have helped immensely. And guess what? We're going to upgrade again. So by next week, you will see we'll have our lighting situation fixed. Real lighting. It's not just going to be two strip lights in my eyes reflecting in my glass statue. We're going to do real stage lighting. We'll have that whole situation set up for you. Shortly thereafter, we're going to get our camera situation hooked up so that it's not the whole set isn't vibrating every time I touch the desk like that and that. It's too much. It's too much. What else? Where'd my lighter go? That's it. That's it. I didn't have anything today, and I don't want to spend too much extra time. I love you. I think you're great. I think we're great. I think almost everything is great. Oh, you know what? Also, too, Trump signed a decree to pull out of the WTO, but it takes a year for it to take effect, and so he signed it and about almost a year ago, July. And so if it takes effect this July, then the United States will officially be out of the WTO at the time of a pandemic. And also, while we are on the verge of eradicating polio all across the entire globe. So there could be no more polio ever. Or we could pull out of the WTO. And that is also on the ballot. So keep that in mind, you dumb fuck faces thinking about voting along party lines with Ice Cube and Kanye West. Hey! You know what? I would love it? I would love it if you would join me in my band. I'm in a band. Remember how I was talking about the hip-popular stuff? This is not hip-hop music exactly. We've been asking listeners to define what kind of music it is. I don't know. What I will say is this. If you like Aretha Franklin, if you like Mavis Staples, if you like the Hamilton original soundtrack recording, if you like Vince Staples, and if you like De La Soul, this might be a thing you would like. This is our band, and it's called Wallace. And we are releasing our album, And We Ride. We are going to be doing a live stream broadcast on October the 25th. There will be a very lucky 10 audience members there, but we would love to see you there virtually because you know what? We can feel the vibes, and it's better with you there. And please come. Hey, guess what else, though? This has been an episode of Smoke and Mirrors. Thanks. This is what it is. If you're a new watcher, hey, tell a friend. Share it on your page. I said that earlier. This is, I don't want to charge you. I just want to be here. I just want to do it. This is funsies. And so get down. And if you are a patron, you are just one of the people who makes possible the upgrades, such as the lighting, the microphones, the guests. Oh my God, so many dope guests coming up. I'm not allowed to tell you because we don't have dates. I want to tell you so bad. I'm not going to tell you. I'm going to be good. Producer Tracy would be very, very scoldy of me if I told you that we have very special guests coming up. Oh, I can't say their names. They're so good. Okay, but if you want to look at us, you can see us at the IG, at the Instagram, at Smoke and Mirrors CCB. That is for comedy, culture, and bullshit. You want to look at the Twitters that I do. That's Caballo Negrito, Little Black Stallion. Smoke and Mirrors, C to the C to the B, gmail.com. Oh, Tab is going to be on the goddamn show. I can say that because I got the commitment from her publicly here today. I'm so fucking excited and nervous about that. I don't even know what to tell you. That's going to be fucking sexy. You better come back here for that. Do you have an idea about a guest, a thing we should talk about, a subject? Send it to us. Smoke and Mirrors, CCB, gmail.com. This is an event hosted and produced by myself, Carlos Kareem Wyndham. This is also produced by mi novia Tracy Tatamy. Take care of yourself. Take care of each other. Wash your hands. If you go outside, please wear a mask. Why? Because we love you. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.